morning, class. Welcome again to your English class. Remember that we are in week number 6. Okay, we are going to start. First, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, and let's check the grammar today. Today, it's past simple in negative form, right? Today, we are going to learn about past simple in negative form. Remember that last classes we talked about past simple affirmative form or positive form with regular and with irregular verbs. Yes? But today we are going to learn how can we change those sentences into negative, right? Let's continue. To write sentences using the past simple in negative, we use, what do we use? How can we change these sentences into negative? Let's check, okay? Let's start with the auxiliary verb. In past simple, okay, look at the screen here. In past simple, we are going to use an auxiliary verb. Yes, what is the auxiliary verb? Is did, right? Did. But if we are talking about negative, yes, that is the topic of today, yes, we have to add not, right? Did not, yes, and this did not, it has a contraction or a short form that is didn't, okay, didn't. So remember that, did not, or you can use didn't, right? And what happens with a verb? Okay, when we talk about past simple, what happens with a verb? We are going to use the verb in the present tense, okay? Or you can say also in the base form, right? Why? Why? Because this didn't, okay, this auxiliary verb indicates past, okay? So remember, if you want to write a sentence in negative form in past simple, you are going to use first didn't, yes, or you can use did not, and also the verb is in present tense, okay, or in base form. How can we, what is the structure? How can we write the sentences? Let's check, okay? In negative, remember that today we are talking about negative form. We have, remember this part, the subject, okay, didn't, that is the auxiliary verb, and the infinitive. What is infinitive? The verb, right? The verb. So for example, we have, you didn't buy tickets for the concert, right? You have the subject, the auxiliary verb didn't, the verb in present, okay? Tickets for the concert is the complement, of course, yes? But why did we use this verb in present if we are talking in past, right? When or why? Why? Because we are writing here didn't. This didn't indicate past, okay? So remember that, please. We are going to check more examples so you can remember and identify, okay? For example, we have here two columns of sentences, yes? In affirmative, yes, I have number one. I went to the supermarket. Yes, this is affirmative or positive. And what happens in the past? How can we change this sentence into past in negative? I didn't go to the supermarket, right? Remember that you have to use didn't, okay? Look at the screen, didn't, that is the auxiliary verb, and also the verb in present, right? I didn't go to the supermarket. We are expressing past. Let's continue with number two, okay? You lived, yes, you lived in New York, okay? And in number two, in negative, yes, we say you didn't, yes, you didn't live in New York. Remember that is the same structure. Yes, look at the screen. we use didn't, and also the verb in present. Okay, let's continue with number 3. She played, yes, football. Yes, she played football. You can say yesterday, last week, last weekend, yes. When she was at school, yes, she played football. This is positive. And number 3, negative, is she didn't, yes, she didn't play football, right? Remember again that we are using didn't, that is the auxiliary verb in negative, and the verb in base form or in present, yes. Why do we use the verb in present? Why? Because we are using didn't, and this auxiliary verb indicates that we are talking about past. Okay, so remember this. And for all the verbs, regular and irregular verbs also, we use didn't. Okay, for example, this verb went, the person is go, it's regular or irregular? What do you think? This, for example, number 2, lived, right? It's regular or irregular? And number 3, played. It's regular or irregular? Yes? If you can find a difference, yes, remember that when we have regular verbs, they end in ed, right? Ed. But if we have irregular verbs, it change, okay? They have a special form, right? If you see the example, is the same. For regular and irregular verbs, we are using didn't and the verb in base form, okay? That is the way we are going to work today. And of course, we are going to have more exercises and examples also. So please pay attention to your English class and let's continue working together, okay? Thank you very much for being here and see you next class. Thank you. Goodbye.